Local 4 News starts now with a breaking news alert.
That breaking news is the desperate search for 2-year-old Winter Smith. She was abducted in Lansing, but now the search has shifted here to Metro Detroit. The story's been evolving ever since you got that alert on your phone in the middle of the night. Thanks, everybody, for joining us. I'm Karen Drew, in for Devin Skillian.
I'm Kimberly Gill, so let's get you caught up with the latest developments here. Winter Smith was believed to be with a 26-year-old man with ties to here in Detroit. He was arrested this morning after a chase in St. Clair Shores, but there's still no sign of the little girl. Victor Williams is live on this story. Victor, what are you hearing?
Well, Kimberly, Karen, so many agencies are working, doing everything they can to bring this little girl home. And this is actually the intersection where that man who is believed to have kidnapped her was arrested, right here at 10 Mile and Little Mac. But all of the people that we spoke to are hoping for the safe return of this 2-year-old, especially her grandmother who lives in Detroit.
This is Winter's sandal, and this is her robe that I bought her when she was younger. So it just, I believe in energy and frequency, so it keeps me close to her.
Sharon Eddings is hoping that wherever her granddaughter is right now, she's with her in spirit as the search continues for 2-year-old Winter Cole Smith.
I feel like I'm there with her.
She's been on edge ever since finding out the 2-year-old was kidnapped in Lansing, allegedly at the hands of this man, her mother's ex-boyfriend, Rashad Malik Trice.
We would like to hear more from his parents. We don't know if they're up there. He's not talking to the FBI. He refused to talk.
Prior to Winter's kidnapping, it's alleged that Rashad even stabbed Winter's mother.
When he stabbed her, from what I understand from her sister, she was able to stab him back, right, wound him back, and that's when he grabbed Winter and threatened to harm her, and that's when he left.
Police eventually found him driving a Chevy Impala belonging to Winter's mother. St. Clair Shores police took him into custody after crashing at Little Mac and 10 Mile. However, no sign of the 2-year-old. Sharon is ultimately hoping that Winter is found safe and sound.
I went through something I've never felt before. I've lost people. I've grown up in Detroit. I've seen some stuff, but I've never had a child in danger. And so that was, I can't even explain it. My bones shook.
Now, Sharon says there's a lot of misinformation out there about Winter's whereabouts, and we'll have more on that at 6 p.m. For now, we are reporting live in St. Clair Shores. Victor Williams, Local 4.
Hope little Winter is found safe and sound. Victor, we appreciate it, and we'll check back in with you at 6, or if anything new develops over this next hour of news. We appreciate it.
Our other top story tonight is the weather and worries about rain, even the chance of a pop-up storm. Right now, it is pretty quiet on Exact Track 4D radar.
Yeah, now to live pictures from our Southfield sky cam. We've got another air quality alert, but this time it is not the smoke that's causing this one. We're getting ready for the heat to crank up for the 4th.
So let's get over to Brian Sherman. He is in for Kim Adams this evening. And Brian, we've been stuck in this rocky weather pattern for a few days.
Yeah, that's right, Karen and Kimberly. Showers and storms throughout the weekend. The majority of us dry for the moment on Exact Track 4D, if I could talk right. But I am tracking just a few showers in portions of southern Monroe County, right around Lambertville and off to the north, and then crossing over the state line into Toledo. Outside of it, everyone is dry and warm heading into the afternoon, and things will heat up tomorrow. Because of that, the Michigan Department of Environment has issued an air quality alert for the majority of southeastern Michigan. Now, this is for ozone particulates, not the wildfire smoke like we had for the majority of next week. Because it's going to be very hot and very humid, it's going to be a little bit on the polluted side for the ozone as we head into tomorrow. Until then, we'll keep an isolated shower or storm into the forecast this evening. Temperatures into the low 80s by 6 o'clock tonight. Skies going mainly clear into the overnight. Low 70s by midnight, on our way into the mid 60s by tomorrow morning. We keep the chance of a shower or two around the next couple days before better chances of rain move in as we head toward Thursday. I'll time out how hot things are going to get over the next couple days and your complete 4-1 forecast coming up in just a few minutes.
Okay, Brian, the man accused of kidnapping and killing his girlfriend, who was a nurse at Detroit Receiving Hospital, was back in court today.
And that's where a judge ordered Jamir Miller to stand trial in an unrelated drug case downriver, even though it's not connected to the murder. Nick Monticelli explains why his appearance today was still very important.
It's a matter of the people of the state of Michigan versus Jamir Miller.
Jamir Miller facing a judge this morning with 14 charges against him from an incident in Taylor earlier this year. An undercover officer revealed Miller allegedly had guns, ammunition, and drugs in his apartment.
They were suspected, narcotics suspected of being fentanyl, heroin, meth.
All that, though, comes second to the murder charges he's facing. In May, investigators say Miller kidnapped Patrice Wilson, a nurse, finishing her shift at Detroit Receiving Hospital. Police say Miller was disguised, wearing a blonde wig, and forced her into her car and drove away. Wilson's body was later found in that car outside her apartment in Novi.
She been trying to get away from him because she know he was toxic for her.
Today's hearing was for the judge to make sure there's enough evidence for a trial. Miller will be back in court on the murder charges on July 11th. I'm Nick Monticelli, Local 4.
Miller faces first-degree murder, felony murder, carjacking, armed robbery, felon in possession of a firearm, and 5 counts of felony firearm. It was a weekend of violence across the nation before the 4th of July holiday as another U.S. city deals with a mass shooting.
2 people were killed, dozens more injured when a gunman opened fire at a block party in Baltimore. Many of the victims are in their teens. Drew Petromo is following that story tonight from Washington.
Gun violence broke out over the weekend in cities big and small, and now law enforcement is bracing for the July 4th holiday, which has been plagued by shootings in recent years.
The city of Baltimore reeling after gunfire erupts early Sunday morning during a block party. 30 people were shot and 2 victims were killed.
Once again, we won't stop until we find those responsible and hold them accountable.
But the carnage in Baltimore is just one example of gun violence that raged across the U.S. over the holiday weekend. In Wichita, Kansas, 7 people were shot after a gunman opened fire at a nightclub. In Chicago, police say 31 people were shot, with 3 killed over the weekend. This as Highland Park, a Chicago suburb, prepares to mark the solemn 1-year anniversary of the mass shooting at a July 4th parade that left 7 people dead.
I will never not be here and not think about what we went through.
While preliminary numbers show overall gun homicides appear to be coming down from the record highs seen during the height of the pandemic, mass shootings are on the rise. So far this year, there have been 340 mass shootings, continuing an upward trend that started in 2020.
This is a truly heartbreaking reality. Unfortunately, we see this time and time again. A holiday weekend, a weekend period ending in gunfire.
On the eve of Independence Day, there are worries that more violence will come.
I implore everyone to please be safe. Think of those around you and the lives you could potentially impact if you make a wrong choice.
According to the Gun Violence Archive database, over the last decade, there have been more mass shootings on July 4th than any other day of the year.
And July 4th has been especially violent over the last several years. The U.S. is averaging 10 mass shooting events on the holiday since 2020. In Washington, I'm Drew Petromo, Local 4.
And Baltimore police believe the shots came from at least 2 or 3 guns, but as of now, no suspects are in custody. Well, this 4th of July holiday, the Oakland County Sheriff Marine Division is doing a whole lot more than asking people to be safe on the lakes.
They are stepping up patrols in a really big way over the weekend and through tomorrow. Mara McDonald live in Keego Harbor for us. And Mara, Cass Lake is always really busy on the weekends.
Karen, super busy, and it is spectacular out here today. And I must tell you, the vibe is one that is family friendly, and that's been a real concerted effort out here. You know, Keego has a tremendous amount of Cass Lakefront as its backyard. And in the past, there have been some issues here, especially over holidays, with people coming here and not behaving the way they should. Keego Harbor Mayor Rob Kalman explains what the issues have been in the past and really what they're doing now. Take a listen.
We love it when people come. They come from the beaches, they'll go to dinner afterwards. They have a great family experience on their boat, on their pontoon. It's just when people get a little disrespectful. If you think about it, nobody's allowed to drive a car on Cass Lake Road if they're drunk. We're trying to make sure that when people are on the lake, they're being responsible and there's no tragedies that take place in Cass Lake where, unfortunately, you hear about those from time to time.
Back here live. So what did Keego do? Essentially, it has partnered with the Oakland County Marine Division through a lot of hard work over the last year. They have a whole plan in place for specifically July 4th and how to keep the vibe out here, wonderful for kids, wonderful for families, and that means stepped up enforcement. Now, does that mean a bunch of people out here getting tickets? That's not what it means. It means more about education. If you get pulled over by one of these deputies out here on the lake, their goal isn't to write you a ticket. Their goal is to figure out what's going on the boat and to give you some advice on how to act better. And so far, it is working. This could not be more zen out here on this lake. And if you've ever been out here on Cass during a holiday, you know that it's not typically zen. It is now. And the mayor told me really it's about a shift in culture of what is allowed out here and what people who live here are willing to put up with. Karen, Kimberly, we're live in Kego. Back to you.
Making good points. Obviously, follow the rules and show some respect, obviously, to that neighborhood because they're so lovely to be sharing their lake with all of us. All right. Thank you, Mara. We appreciate it.